All right, so the LA Rams have selected their first draft pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, and it is Logan Brus out of Wisconsin, a right guard, and I am very happy about this pick. Let's go ahead and get into this. One of the fastest risers over the last week has been offensive lineman Logan Brus, and now that ascent has led him to become a member of the reigning champions LA Rams with the 104 pick in the draft. They selected Logan Brus. He is 6'5", 309, prospect out of Wisconsin. Evidently, he was given a fourth, fifth round grade in Dane Brugler's draft guide for The Athletic, but he slid in the end of the third round, landing with Los Angeles. And that was generally what happens. And that was the hope for the Rams because, as you all know, we gave up a lot of our picks, a lot of our early picks to build this roster that we have that just won the Super Bowl. So naturally, we were hoping, because this always happens. This always happens. There are players that are graded highly, but just always seem to slip just because that's just how it works in the draft. Sometimes players just slip a little bit. And the hope is that the Rams can take advantage of that and grab quality players in the later rounds. Something they have, to their credit, have been pretty good at over the last couple years since McVay has gotten here. So that's a credit to Les and his team and their scouting department. So Todd McShay is quoted here. I think he could step in and compete to start at right guard right away for the Rams, and that just warms my heart because I know we lost Austin Corbett over the past offseason. You know, Austin Corbett was solid. He wasn't anything great, but I liked him. And it left a hole, and now. From what they're saying this guy could just come in and start right away, which, if he can, would be ideal. It would be very ideal. He will certainly get his opportunity. The Rams lost Austin Corbett in free agency, like I was just saying, and had not done anything else to bring in competition for Bobby Evans prior to Friday. Brus isn't the most athletic or the longest guard prospect in this class. He's probably a bit below average in both categories, but he played both tackle and guard at Wisconsin over the last 3 years. Brugler, from The Athletic, calls him, quote, a violent player with large, strong hands, which helps him win early. And this right here, for anyone who has watched this channel a little bit, will know I am a very, very big fan of big physical football players because at the end of the day, I don't care how much this game changes, and whatever leans one way or however it may be. You still need to have that killer mentality, and you still need to be able to push guys out of the way. And it looks like that Mr. Brus here is known for doing just that, which is exactly what we need, considering the defensive line that we have to face in San Francisco and Seattle and Arizona and pretty much anywhere in the NFL. We need to protect Matthew. We need to run the ball better. Anyway, the LA Rams picked Wisconsin guard Logan Brus at number 104 overall. This was interesting. 1 sack allowed since 2019 on 596 snaps. So, the man who played right tackle and right guard throughout his collegiate career only allowed 1 sack since 2019. That is pretty impressive. Very, very impressive. Look at him. Look very stocky. Got a low center of gravity. I love it. The technique was there for Brus to be one of the top guards in the Big Ten, ranking second team in the conference in 2021. He suffered a broken foot in his senior year of high school, and has missed one game, at least one game to injury over the last 3 seasons. That is something to take note of, not really something to be too concerned about as of yet. I will say I've spoken from personal experience. Foot injuries are not fun, and they have a tendency to linger throughout the year. So that is something to keep an eye on, but nothing really to be too concerned about at this moment. Rams apparently did not expect Brus to be available at pick 104, and scout Brian Hill jumped into the pool when it turned out that LA would get their chance to make the pick. That's further signaling the Rams believe Brus can be a rookie starter for Sean McVay. And Brian Hill, if you listen to like some of the Rams coverage, I was listening to Les being interviewed by JB Long and Maurice Jones-Drew and the crew there. They were pretty much asking DeMarco Farr. I'm sorry, DeMarco. I'm up. It's early in the morning. I was drinking last night. My mind was just a blank. Man, I didn't forget about you, DeMarco. Love you on that Super Bowl team. But anyway, they were interviewing Les, and Les, if you watch that interview, I suggest you go watch it. It's a pretty good interview. And Les pretty much talks about this man, Brian Hill, who was one of his scouts. And he goes on to say that Brian Hill, he's very demanding. He has like a checklist that he checks players, and he doesn't give praise to a collegiate player easily. And apparently he did with Logan Brus. He really liked Logan Brus. He wanted him, and evidently he wanted him so bad that he said that if we would pick him, he was going to jump in a pool at a party. I guess they were throwing a house party, which is the way to do it, by the way. If I was like why not just have a house? It's the draft, it's not like we're suiting up for game day. Have a house party, have some fun, but it's interesting because he then also said that Brian Hill was the same guy. So this guy, Brian Hill, was pounding the table for Logan Brus. He kept saying, hey, he checks all my boxes. I'm very demanding. He's a very skilled scout. I want him. Let's get him. Let's get him. If he's there, let's get him. Let's get him. Brian really wanted Logan Brus. All right. Brian, according to Les, from what he said in the interview, is the same guy who pounded the table for not only Jordan Fuller, okay, our starting strong safety, okay, at pick 199. He also pounded the table for one Cooper Kupp, which is pretty crazy. So the man has a really good track record is what I'm trying to get at. And if he feels the same way about Logan Brus, then we should be pretty excited, because if we can lock that down for like the next 10 plus years at right guard, that will be golden. Oh my God, that will be like, I'm getting giddy just thinking about it. The dude is huge, 6'5", 309. This is what we need on this team. So very, very excited to hear that. That's Mr. Brian. And judging by the time of day, I would have to say he's maybe had a drink or two or three, which is fine. And now this man's about to jump into the pool. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh, they got everyone filming him too. What's this? They got a little flower? Where the hell are they? I guess they rented out a house apparently in the hills, and they're just throwing a big ass house party, which is what's up. Anyway, overall, I'm pretty happy about the pick. Anyone who I've been like screaming that we need to address the O-line with the early draft picks for a while now, and that we really need to spend the capital on good, solid, because members of the offensive line and the defensive line, the offensive line, they're like the foundational pieces for the offense. They're like the structure, the pillars that hold the offense together. And considering we just signed Matthew Stafford, who is a older quarterback who is known to get nicked up a little bit, protecting him is priority number one. And we just drafted a guy who's only allowed 1 sack since 2019, and who is very big, very physical, and it looks like he looks like a smart man. Evidently, I was reading the comments section of this article, and I think someone said that he went to school for engineering, so he's bright. He's very smart too as well. So very happy with the pick. Congratulations, Mr. Logan, and welcome to the team. It's day 3 now. The Rams, I think it starts around noon, and we got a bunch of picks. I think we got like 7 today, to finish out this draft. So videos incoming for sure. We'll see who they pick, and we'll see who they get. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right, that's going to be it for now, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.